So you mentioned the Musicians Institute.
Yes.
And it sounds like you got a sort of a comprehensive understanding and education into what the music industry requires.
Yes.
From various people in different roles. So I'm wondering, what roles are you playing in this project? Are you playing all of them? Most of them? Some of them? You know?
I'm playing the roles I can afford, which is all. No, just joking. I would say, okay, so one thing, like I said, like you said, thank you for recognizing that Musicians Institute taught us how to be a do-it-yourself artist. Mm-hmm. So we learned everything from the marketing to the business to the mixing and the mastering to the production to the writing to everything. So with this particular project, there are about 6 songs in the project. I call it 11th Hour for now. I wanted it to be an EP, but then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna release some singles and see how that flows, and then we're gonna EP or maybe even an album later. I personally, I wrote everything. Everything is written by me. There's one song that I met a person. I met I would call him like, maybe like I kind of hired him to help me iron out my beats. And he had this song that he wanted to give me. And I'm like, I think I want to keep everything my song. He's like, nah, you got to have this. So I wrote my parts in that. So he kind of like helped write that song. But so there's one song in there that I did not fully write. But all 5 songs are written completely by me. All 5 songs are produced completely by me. So I make my own beats. I produce my own, I like arrange and produce and what do they call it? Conduct as well. And I just sort of hire engineers to sort of just clean, make my beats, mix them well and master them. I did have the one gentleman who, I don't want to call him a co-producer, but he was kind of like I want to call him an ironer. So I would bring my beats to him and he would kind of clean it up a little bit. Just clean it and make it nice and clean. And then I would bring it to the engineer and just hire him, work for hire, just to mix everything. And he is so good. He mixes masters in decent one setting. So
okay, yeah. So yes. Do it yourself,
do it myself.
Do it all yourself.
Everything.
And then you just have somebody to help iron out the things at the end.
Yes, iron out those things.
Kind of sounds like that's what it is. And how important to you is doing all that and finding, I guess, your voice as an artist, as a musician. And could you speak a bit more about your background in music and what that's meant to you?
Okay, so my voice is important to me because the way that I have always heard and understood music has been through like my own spiritual side of things. So like dreams and certain things like that. So I've always felt like I needed to always represent what goes on in my dreams and my sleep and my visions and those things. So I've never really been formally trained as a musician, as a singer. I did take some chorus classes. I was in the chorus choir when I was in 3rd grade through 5th, and then I took a few classes here and there to train about there was like one classical training, vocal training. There's some piano stuff. I would take classes here and there, and then I took a year's worth of work with her name was Christiana Cole, and then I'm now working with one other young lady. Her name is Kathy Deitch, I think. Also, one other gentleman, Derek Greger. We would just kind of work his songs because he was a writer too. So throughout the years, I would kind of like create my own training session because I never I never had the money for a formal school, and then I wasn't really professionally trained. But I had this music that I had to do something with, especially during COVID. And I just was ready to like release it, or ready to do something with it. So going to the Musicians Institute was kind of like taking all of that stuff and just putting it into like literally just like, I got 6 months. Let's wrap this all up into some packages and see what's